Welcome everyone. This is Nichel Anderson. I'm your host for my podcast show, Nichel Anderson, Short Stories and Beyond. All right, so thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be my director clip notes for episode 56. It will be entitled The Orion Elite Agrees with Nontu. So before I get all into that, let's go ahead and talk about a couple of things. My podcast show website is MOLIAE.com. That's MOLIAE and .com. And that's where you can definitely support the production and my mission to turn my book, Mitsrayim, a memoir of a past life in ancient Egypt, into a future film. It's some t-shirts there that you can definitely support by. Go and check them out. I do have merchandise regarding part of my expanded brand into luxury healing body oils. Got the Egypt theme on that, and that's MOLIAE Beauty. And you can go to MOLIAEbeauty.com. I always have some type of promotions going on as well. Go ahead and sign up to the newsletter. All right, the e-newsletter where you can catch up and do any type of events that we're doing or promotions or stuff like that. And you can just input your email address, and then you'll be part of the newsletter group on that. Also, please follow us on our social media. We are located on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. On Instagram, we are MOLIAE Beauty, MOLIAE Beauty 8, and then MOLIAE 8, number 8. And on Twitter is just MOLIAE, or for my beauty line, and this is for male and female, our body oils. One of a kind. You just got to check it out. It's going to be awesome. And definitely healing effect, okay? But as well, for the Twitter for the MOLIAE Beauty, that's this MOLIAE B. And then we're on Facebook. Okay, we're also on TikTok, so definitely check us out on that. And that's MOLIAE 22 for TikTok. All right, so without further ado, let's get into this particular director clip note for episode 56. Now I'm on my summer break, and I realized, I'm like, you know what? I haven't did a director clip in a while. It's actually been a year since I did episode 56. I've been busy about it. So let's go ahead and get into this. So the Orion Elite Agrees with Nontu. That basically dealt with where we're mainly in this sky, the constellation of Orion and me, the general. And he is one of the also senior members of the Council of Secrecy of the Kingdom. And Henry don't like Nontu because he portrayed Echo, that was the designated lieutenant of the project. You can say the whole project in a sense, to be in command and work with certain tribal leaders that did not want to follow the global rules of human lines that we go in this now. And so we're entering this scene in the Alliance Conference where Hanine is trying to convince the Council of the Kingdom that the two needs to be held accountable. And this is treason. They're disagreeing. Lanko is another enemy in the beginning of season 1, and just did not like Nontu, never trusted him at all. So anyway, in the scene of episode 56, Henry speaks and he basically says, who gives you the power to question such motives? So basically what he's saying at the end of the day is that he felt that the Orion Elite of this council member that they're having is not looking at the overall picture, that they're busy trying to think in terms of to get the job done or what have you. Maybe Nontu was better than Echo, but Henny risked everything to save Echo, to find him. And you get that in the in season 3 finale, when Henny basically entered the domain of Tamat, which is, I have to say, it's a very good episode. Y'all gotta check it out. So Henny's like going back and forth and so forth, and he wants to be able to put it in regard that this must end. We have to see it in a different way. So that's kind of going on the background. But the dialogue, when you listen to the episode, is basically Henny talking to one, listening or, having this conversation with one of his advisors as well. And something that is being said in reference to the whole circumstances of the disagreement and how the elite is basically agreeing with Nontu, and like they're not going to vote that he should be punished. But something in that, Henny kind of figured that, oh, wait a minute, this goes real deep, because he was thinking he'll have more people on this within this group of secrecy of members to side with him, because he has more authority and clout than Nontu. Nontu is under his rank. And so that kind of gives you a clue of what's coming next. There's more players that are hidden that will be revealed. So then I fast forward to, in a sense, of Mitsrayim, what's going on Mitsrayim, and that's the day after Enlil leaves. He's one of the Acuni brothers from Pleiades star constellation and supports Mitsrayim, and he's from the descendancy of ancient Subnar. That has a big influence of what Mitsrayim was back at that time and received all that knowledge and so forth. He goes to the south of what we call Africa today, Sudan, and aims to talk to Enki, his brother, that is down there, he heard. Enki is visiting King Kohan. As I said in the previous director clip notes of episode 55, King Kohan is featured in my book only on that one page where I titled The Deal, because that sets off the journey that I'm writing this memoir through Princess Aminia's eyes of what was going on her time, right? Anyhow, so King Kohan is basically the stepfather of King Dama, which is the deal between King Kohan and King Milan. Again, King Kohan at the time of the podcast series is the ruler of Zimbabwe that we call today. And then, of course, King Milan is the father of Princess Aminia. And in my book, that's when he comes through. And I just always felt that he was really the main one that really wanted that deal to manifest between Princess Aminia and King Dama. Now, of course, at that time when I wrote that scene, the Princess Aminia and Dama is young, very young children, like maybe 7 or 5 or something like that. Anyway, the reason why King Kohan comes up is because now I'm talking about the time frame in my podcast series before that book, which is the time of Princess Aminia, and that's where Enki is, and that's where Enlil goes to after he visits King Milan and talk to his advisors, and that's in episode 55. Episode 56, we kind of fast forward this a bit, and that's where Enlil goes to Zimbabwe to go catch up with Enki to ask him what's going on with this Henny from Orion, and he's breaking trees and all, entering into not coming to talk to King Milan, what's this with this a star that he's trying to get, so are you a part of it? That's basically what Enlil's going to do. So the reason why I went through all that other stuff is that during my director clip notes, my aim is to break down the scenes, because it's a lot of characters, it's a lot of background information that you need to connect the dots so you can not better understand, because I know I do present it in a way that like wow, but to give you more information so you can go really deep and really expand like a painting, right? That is more to it. So I like to kind of do that and connect the dots so you can follow the characters, because to me the characters provide the storytelling in a way that it's I don't want to say the word, it depends on what's going on, but it's not just interesting, but intriguing, the curiosity of it, some seems inspiring, so it's good to kind of connect all the dots. So anyway, so that's what's going on. And so then we're in Mitsrayim, and that's when King Milan is, just going over, okay, this is what we're going to do, and they do that. So this kind of more strategy talk. And then he sees Queen Hagar and his daughter, Princess Aminia, which is young, about I think she's like 10, less than 10 years old. But anyhow, Princess Hannah. And he just said, you know what, I'm just so tired of this, basically. And it eased his mind because he sees Queen Hagar smiling. And so he cuts off the conversation with his advisors and Tesnar and them, and he goes over to Queen Hagar, and she just eases his soul just by looking at him, and just, and Princess Hannah there, and she's holding Princess Hannah's hand, and he's go over to her, and they just embrace and spend some moments together as a family, to kind of escape all of this craziness going on. So I think overall the episode shows how deep the Orion's infrastructure of power is about to unwind, and it's going to be something, because it seems when Hani went to capture Nontu and find Echo, when he did, he would just thought that was going to be over with. But when he came back, he got a lot of pushback. And you could see that in the episodes from the finale of season 3 going into season 4, which, again, I didn't really get to do a lot of storytelling and all of that on MOLIAE. But nonetheless, it's setting it up that it's like hitting a hornet's nest, and there's more players at play with more power and influence, and end up tripping over a whole. You thought it's just going to be one rock, and it's like several rocks. And that's what he's realizing. And then that's why in that scene he said, yeah, so it was you, that triggers out other things. So, and it sets it up for the next episode. So definitely, if you haven't checked out the finales, I would definitely recommend that. And look forward to the other ones that have been rolled out, and because it's going to get interesting. Definitely support the comic book series. That's going to come from a play before the battle that ended, that started episode 1. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next one.